Thank you for joining us for this Wednesday welcome. My name is Dave Garner with the Pickens County Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here today at the law offices of Edwin Marger, located on Main Street in downtown Jasper. And Mr. Marger, thanks for being with us. We were talking a little bit earlier about some of the things that you guys do. Tell our viewers out there exactly what all you guys do here at the law offices of Ed Marger.
Well, that's a real question. Most of the stuff we do with the permission of that particular document that's sitting on the desk here. If you move it over, this one right here.
This one right here, the
That's
crystal,
right.
the crystal
this
ball.
is a crystal ball. We decide what we have to do, and if the crystal ball gives us some direction, then we know we're on the right track.
Right.
So far, the darn thing hasn't said a word to me.
I tend to use a magic 8-ball sometimes. Sometimes that works as well. You guys do a little bit of everything, and whether it be criminal law, whether it be civil law, international law, you have over 60 years of experience in the courtroom at a lot of different levels. We could spend the whole 5 minutes or more talking about just your credentials, but I know you don't want to do that. But talk about some of the interesting things that you feel like sets your law office apart, maybe from some of the other offices around the state of Georgia or even locally.
Well, one of the things I think that is important to us is that regardless of what our clients are charged with, or what type of case it is, we like our clients, and we take what is their practical interest together with their legal interest. When you practice law as long as I have, people become important, and sometimes more important than the case.
Right.
So we do quite a bit of criminal defense work. I've done criminal defense work in, I think, 27 to 28 cases. Everything from murders to DUIs.
Sure.
We've got an interesting staff. We do quite a bit of family law. One of the latest cases we got $1,400,000 for a client for a traffic accident in which he was injured.
Right.
So we do about everything. As a pilot, which I've been for over 60 years, we handle aviation cases.
Right.
And hey, we're a general all-purpose law firm.
Absolutely.
The one thing we don't do is we don't seek justice, because I've never found it.
Well, there you go. Well, looking around your office, I mean, you can tell that first of all you're a pilot. Second of all, you're a gamesman as well. There's a lot of animals and things. I tell you what, it's an interesting office. You have a lot of interest, and you're a very interesting character for folks that know you locally. But for those folks that don't know you like we do, what is something that our viewers may find interesting about you?
Well, my law practice has taken me all around the world. We represent people who are very, very wealthy and who don't have a nickel. We have a different type of practice today because of the advent of the public defender. Most of the cases that people aren't too worried about go to the public defender. My motto is, do you want a lawyer or a public defender? We represented with a lawyer.
Right. Absolutely. You had touched on just a moment ago your staff, and I know that you've got another young lady that, as you say, is a real attorney. Talk a little bit about her and some of your staff members and who you have working here.
Courtney Stewart grew up in Fannin County. She graduated from law school summa cum laude. She did the same thing in undergraduate school. And my investigator, we have a full-time investigator, was a captain in the Dade County Sheriff's Office and was there for 27 years. My paralegal / secretary has been with me for 15.
Wow. Wow. Who would have known that a law office that started in Miami Beach, Florida back in the 1950s would grow into a multi-staff operation, which now has become the law offices of Edwin Marger right here in Pickens County. You guys represent areas all up and down Highway 515 and beyond. I'd say that over the 60 years plus, you probably have some interesting stories that we'll have to revisit at some time, but we certainly appreciate you being with us here today. I'm sure you got a lot to say.
It's my pleasure, and if we want to tell stories, number one, being a lawyer, I'm a real storyteller. Sometimes I even based on actuality. I think that some of the cases we've handled, some of which have been pretty famous, the Tokars case involving
Remember that one? Yeah.
a murder case in which I represented the shooter, was a case that was highly publicized. And one of the things that we like the best about representing people is that sometimes we actually do good. Sometimes we change the laws, and some of the laws really need changing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good thought to leave on right there. If folks are interested in getting in touch with you, how can they go about doing that?
I'm not hard to find. Look at the lawyer with the red suspenders.
Here he is. Again, the law offices of Edwin Marger, located right here on Main Street in downtown Jasper next to the Carriage House. Mr. Marger, thanks for being with us during this Wednesday. Welcome.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for being here.